I'm now finishing my 10th academic year as president. It continues to be the honor of a lifetime for me and Jane to be able to serve in this prestigious role. I believe every president at every university has a checklist of things they want to accomplish during their time in office. I know I have one. As you look at the list of donors being honored tonight, their motivations to give are as diverse as the causes they support at SDSU. Loyalty and generosity, of course. The ability to make a difference, the opportunity to change someone's life, and perhaps out of simple gratitude. In that long list of reasons why you give, I am certain that no one has ever made a transformative gift because they wanted to help Barry check one of those projects off his list. But unknowingly, that's what this year's Philanthropic Family of the Year did. New life has been brought into our athletic facilities over the past 2 decades. The Stiglmeyer Family Student Athlete Center, the Sanford Jackrabbit Athletic Complex, upgrades to the Gerald T. Moriarty Field and the Irv Huther Field, and of course, the fantastic Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium, and the Frank J. Kurtenbach Family Wrestling Facility, and most recently, the beautiful First Bank and Trust Arena. Despite all those successes, there was still one need identified within the athletic facility master plan that remained. It was there when I became president, and despite our best efforts, a solution eluded us through my first 9 years in office. That need, an on-campus soccer stadium. But last November, that changed. Scott and Lani Ramsdell and their beautiful family stepped forward with the lead gift that will allow us to break ground this summer, meaning there will be on-campus soccer matches beginning in 2027. I am so proud to announce the Scott and Lani Ramsdell family is our 2026 Philanthropic Family of the Year. This is a great story. There have been 6 generations of the Ramsdell family at South Dakota State. It started with Scott's great-grand-uncles, Charles and Leonard Ramsdell, who graduated from our pharmacy school in 1888 and in 1891, respectively. That's just beautiful. During their careers, they ran the drugstore in Beersford. Of course they did. Scott's grandfather, Lester, attended, although his time here was interrupted by service during World War I. His father, Mick, went to SDSU under the GI Bill, where he met his wife, Janet Thorpe. Scott graduated with a degree in economics. Scott and Lani's son, Jason, is a civil engineering graduate. His wife, Tracy Olson, majored in journalism. And now, Scott and Lani's have a grandson here, Tyson Burgraff, who's at SDSU. Their family's connection to this university began during this institution's earliest years, its infancy, and continues today. SDSU is fortunate to be among the great causes supported by the family. As Scott says, it's in our DNA. We've been taught to give back. That generosity begins in their hometown of Flandreau, where the Ramsdells have been champions of the Flandreau Indian School and the community's Boys and Girls Club. Scott said, "I believe you need to give back and help your communities, and you need to teach your children to do the same thing." The family has been generous to SDSU athletics through the Jackrabbit Club and premium seating in Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. The family and their company, Dakota Layers, then stepped forward with a major gift to help with the renovation of our first Bank and Trust Arena. So they have a long history with SDSU. The on-campus soccer stadium is just the latest gift, and that was a decision made by the entire family. I'm so grateful for that latest investment, but I know a group that's even more grateful than I am. Please welcome the SDSU soccer team with Coach Brock Thompson and his assistant coaches, Kaylee Costello and Corey Bullheller.
Hi everyone, my name is Lauren Eckerly and I was a senior on the women's soccer team this past fall. I am here today to say a big thank you to the Ramsdell family for their generous donation to help put a soccer stadium on campus. I also want to thank President Dunn, Justin Sell, and all of the other people who have worked hard to make this happen. I want to be very clear that I'm extremely grateful for my time with Jackrabbit Soccer, and everything that I'm about to describe is for the purpose of showing why this generous gift is such a big deal for our program. My recruiting journey with SDSU started back in 2020, and I can still vividly remember the Zoom call I had with the coaches and my parents, where Brock showed us the design for the new stadium and told us that it was supposed to be ready by the time that I got to campus, but that COVID had caused a few delays and it would be ready in 2023. At that point, I'd never seen Fishback, but a new stadium sounded pretty cool. There were several factors that led to my commitment, and a new stadium was the cherry on top. Now, obviously, we know that that timeline didn't quite work out, and year after year, we found ourselves back at Fishback Soccer Park. Please don't get me wrong, Fishback is charming in its own right. In my 4 years with the team, we only lost 3 of 40 games that we played at home, which definitely counts for something. Not to mention some of the best sunsets that I've ever seen have been at Fishback. However, having the opportunity to play on campus and the potential to attract more student fans is really exciting. One of our former players' boyfriends, who was a CA, used to make multiple trips from campus to Fishback on game days to bring foreign students who enjoy soccer but who didn't have access to a car to our games. With this new stadium, those students will be within walking distance. Having the opportunity to bring recruits into a new locker room and space that was made just for soccer is also very exciting. I can remember sitting on the cold, hard floor of the locker room at Fishback during my visit because there wasn't enough space on the benches. The fact that the soccer team now has the chance to show off some new facilities is great. Along those lines, the new facilities will provide a significant upgrade to our film room. For years, we have watched scout film in the locker room from a projector. Between the projector quality and some spotty Wi-Fi, it was usually pretty hard to tell which team was which, and occasionally we'd be watching the wrong team. Now the team will be able to watch high-quality film in a comfortable room where everyone has a chair and everyone can see the screen, which will allow them to be better prepared for games. I am honored to have been part of a long line of successful Jackrabbit soccer teams, and this new stadium feels like we've been recognized for our hard work and achievements. I think I speak for a lot of alumni that this has been a long time coming, and we are so excited to cheer on our favorite Jackrabbit team at their new home. Once again, thank you to the Ramsdells for making this possible.
Hello, my name is Leah Bacon. I'm currently a freshman on the women's soccer team. I just want to start by expressing my gratitude to the Ramsdell family for all that they've given us. The stadium isn't just going to be a facility, but an opportunity for growth in our program and a belief in our team. That belief means more to us than you know. As a freshman, I have just about completed my first year at SDSU, and already the Ramsdell family has impacted my experience here in ways I never could have imagined. I was recruited to come play here at SDSU in September of 2024. I flew out from my home in Colorado for my visit and was able to tour campus and meet the team, and that's when I knew this place was different. When I made my decision to commit here, I committed knowing that games would be played off campus. But honestly, that didn't even matter to me. What stood out most was the culture and how special this team is. The people, the energy, and the way this program is built on something much bigger than just soccer made it feel like home right away. And for someone who didn't want to leave her home state, let alone come all the way to South Dakota, that was a big deal to me. That's a big part of why I chose SDSU. I wanted to be somewhere that would push me to grow, not just as a player, but as a person. A place where the teammates become family, where the community shows up for you, and where you're part of something meaningful. SDSU is full of that. One of the things I love most about Jackrabbit Soccer is how much the community pours into our program. For years, this team has played at Fishback, and the community has always showed up to cheer us on. Now, with an on-campus stadium, everything changes in the best way. Now, we will be able to welcome the community into our home. Having games right here on campus will bring a whole new level of energy and a whole new meaning to home field advantage. We talk a lot about growth in our program, and one thing we always have as a goal is to make Jackrabbit Soccer a destination program where people from all over want to come to Brookings, South Dakota to play here. An on-campus stadium brings us one step closer to that because it elevates the experience for everyone, players, recruits, and fans. That's what turns a program into somewhere people don't just consider, but somewhere they want to be. Because of the generosity of the Ramsdell family, this program is continuing to grow in ways that go far beyond the game of soccer. You didn't just build a stadium, but you created a true home for our team, a place where our community can come together and an opportunity for us to experience something truly special. On behalf of my teammates and everyone who will come after us, thank you for believing in us and investing in our program and our future. We can't wait to carry the love you've shown with us every time we step onto the field. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren and Leah. You and your teammates are incredible ambassadors for this university. Jane and I are so proud of these young women and our soccer program. They win, and they do it the right way. Congratulations to our 2026 Philanthropic Family of the Year. Presenting the award to Scott and Lani Ramsdell is our head soccer coach, Brock Thompson. Please help me congratulate them.